And today's point of discussion is about PNB credit previous year asked questions. We will be analyzing all of that in today's edition. Before that, if you are new to the platform, kindly subscribe to Knowledgeist. Previous year asked questions will be the talking point tonight. Go through our website, all the details of ours, and join us only if you find us different than others. We are India's only dedicated platform for banking specialist officer and lateral entry. This is knowledgeist.in/PNB for dedicated courses. This is our core team. That's why I always say when you are reading professional knowledge subjects, refer only professionals. Professionals with high experience in risk and credit can only make you qualify in these exams. These all are the details of our educators. Hope you will find it. I don't have time, and this is results 115 plus selections in 2020 and 2021 in last PNB result. Okay, so now this is time for your first question on your screens. Limitation for enforcing mortgage security in the case of advances against any type of mortgage is dash years from the date of advance or when the amount secured falls due. 12 years, 5 years, 3 years and 10 years. This question is about law of limitation, and first question is on your screens. I just want your undivided attention to this. Yes, Mindy Giris has answered 12. Mindy, well done for your first answer. You're first to answer this. Okay. Yes, it is nothing but 12 years. The law of limitation says 12 years, either from the date of the advance or the amount secured falls due. And 3 years in case enforcing the personal liability of the mortgagors. 3 years of limitation. Law of limitation is quite important for your exam point of view. Same is covered internally. Please refer to that. And yes, as scheduled earlier, today's classes, the PNB and BOI credit classes starts right at 10 p.m. tonight. And today's topic is financial management, basics of financial management. And you are with Knowledgeist, India's only dedicated platform for banking, lateral entry and specialist officer exam with 80% success rate. And if in case you are new, do subscribe. Okay, let's move to the next question. In case of sale of an immovable property under SARFAESI Act, there must be a gap of at least how many days between the date of publication of the public notice and public notice of sale and auction or sale date. Okay, what should be the gap between date of publication of notice of sale and auction and the sale date? ठीक है, कितने सरफेसी एक्ट के तहत कितने दिनों का गैप होना चाहिए डेट ऑफ पब्लिक, जिस दिन नोटिस सेल या ऑक्शन का नोटिस पब्लिश हुआ उस दिन और जो रियल डेट है नोटिस पब्लिकेशन का, उस बीच कितना डिफरेंस होना चाहिए, कितने दिनों का डिफरेंस होना चाहिए? योर आंसर इज 15 days, 30 days, 45 days, 60 days. प्रवीण टी सेइंग 60 days. सीबीओ रिजल्ट में बहुत झोल है, हमने ऑलरेडी आपको बता दिया था, हमने हमारे बैकअप चैनल में हमने एक अपडेट दिया था. देयर आर डॉक्यूमेंट रिलेटेड इशूज, सो थिंग्स आर not good at SBI regarding CBO results. It may get further delayed, so more I cannot reveal at this point of time. Yes, 30 days, 60 days. Sahil Sharma बोल रहे हैं 60 days. In case you are new to the platform, do subscribe. And yes, read from banking professionals only. Don't read from YouTubers. These are professional banking exams, not as light as PO and clerk exam. So if you are really a banker, then read only from bankers with high experience and credit exposure and at least Moody's certification or credit certified credit professional certification. And all of our educators do possess all of that. Okay, so the right answer here is 30 days. So the gap should be 30 days between the date of publication of public notice and the sale or the auction date. Clear? So now let's move to the next question. Seed capital, which is also called initial capital in terms of SHG. So what will be the initial funding or seed capital per member of SHG for working capital and purchase of small tools would be provided under the PM Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises Scheme, PMFME scheme. Such schemes are very important for your exam point of view. That's why we cover all of them exhaustively in our internal study platform. So it is either 10,000, 25,000, 40,000 or 50,000. योर आंसर्स प्लीज. मनप्रीत ने बोल दिया है 1 लाख बिफोर ऑप्शंस आर सोन, but 1 lakh is not there in option and he retracts his message. Not an issue, not an issue. So that's why you have to be bit cautious when answering. Okay, Manpreet again comes with 10 says a bold sorry, and those who are bold enough to say sorry, they are bold enough to crack the exam, I always say. Okay, so it's great. It's great when you admit your mistakes in life and learn from all of these. And we are here to make wonders. So sometimes in the formation, in the way of creating some wonders, we commit some fine mistakes, but not an issue. It is 40,000 rupees. It is nothing but 40,000 rupees initial seed capital for SHG. Remember this much, 40,000 rupees. Clear? It stands for it's 40,000 rupees per member under PM FME scheme. Clear? Next question. And our study material is basically developed looking into all these questions. A bank or financial institution or a consortium of banks or financial institutions cannot approach DRTs if the amount due is less than rupees 20 lakhs. Sorry, I tell you a bold sorry. Manpreet was sorry few seconds before me, but here instead of putting that rupees 20 lakh as a question mark, I put that on screens. So it is 20 lakhs. Okay, so the pecuniary limit in for DRTs is now stands 20 lakhs. Up to 20 lakhs you can go to Lok Adalat. Beyond 20 lakhs banks can refer to DRTs. Okay, clear? The answer is there in the question, so I'm sorry for that. This is a mistake from our end, our content team end. Okay, anyway, it is 20 lakh. One good point to remember, this is recently revised in 2018, so it stands a question for you. Okay, and there are currently 39 DRTs and 5 DRATs situated in Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata and Allahabad. Clear? Yes, it is 20 lakhs away. The answer is there on screens. So it's 20 lakhs. Don't mind. Okay. The asset reconstruction companies or ARCs are regulated by whom, under which act? RBI under RDD BFI Act, Recovery of Debts Due to Bank and Financial Institutions, SEBI and SARFAESI Act, RBI and SARFAESI Act, SEBI and ARC Act. The last year question was who regulates asset reconstruction company. We added under which act. So that's how we have simply tweaked the questions. Maybe the exact question of last year may not be asked this time. They may tweak. So looking into that aspect, we have also tweaked our question a little bit from the last year questions. Okay. Yes, many of you are giving the right answer. Manpreet, Deepak. Yes. San Aribu. Yes, it is RBI and SARFAESI. Okay. Yes. Yes. As per the RBI, member lending institutions shall assign dash percentage of risk weight for the credit facilities extended under the emergency credit line guarantee scheme to the extent of guarantee coverage. When you know that all investments and all the loans, all the assets of bank carries certain risk weightage, and that is called RWA or risk weighted asset. And on basis of risk weighted assets, we calculate capital adequacy ratio or capital to risk asset ratio. Okay, so that is CRAR or CAR. We calculate on all of that on basis of CAR, and that is a part of your Basel norms. So in such cases where it is guaranteed by the emergency credit line guarantee scheme, such assets carries how many percentage of risk weight? 0, 5, 10, 12. Your answers please. 0, 5, 10 or 12. Deepak Bhadoria comes with 0. D is 12, and I was thinking when this question, the option we were putting 12, that many people will confuse with 12 because it's an odd number, not in the frame of 0, 5, 10 or 15. So many people will confuse. So that's why we have made this option D. And yes, someone from LinkedIn is watching, Ritesh Tekriwal, and by the time you are watching us in LinkedIn, we are going to cross 18,000 great followers on LinkedIn. So in case you are watching us in LinkedIn, do follow, do share with your connections, so that like YouTube, we will also be having a great footprint over LinkedIn. Clear? Yes. Also, people are watching live us on Facebook tonight. Yes. So it is nothing but 0%. Clear? The explanation doesn't match it, so don't worry. Sankalp scheme will be applicable for new MSME customers for loans sanctioned above rupees 20 lakh up to rupees dash. It's a special discount rate of interest starting as low as repo linked lending rate plus 0.2% is being offered. 25 crore, 50 crore, 100 crore and 500 crore. Sankalp scheme starting from 2018 to 2023. This has the validity, so it may be a question. Yes, our team updates. We are now live in LinkedIn, Facebook and YouTube. Wherever you are watching us, do like, do follow or subscribe. Anyway, your answers please. These are the real level of questions are being asked. Nobody discuss such questions, or nobody develops such content across web. This much I can guarantee you. Your answers please. And I must say, we challenge you. Anyone has produced 5% of result in such exams, especially in PNB credit and risk. If you find someone, inform us. We will bear your cost of course in that portal, and we will stop teaching. That is at the level of our confidence, that nobody can ever produce 5% of our success. Anyway, we'll go ahead. And the right answer here is 50 crore. What is Sankalp? Skill acquisition and knowledge awareness for livelihood promotions. I will put it in big screen so that you don't miss it. Okay, skill acquisition and knowledge awareness for livelihood promotion. Sankalp is a program of the Ministry of Skill Development with loan assistance from the World Bank. It aims to improve short-term skill training qualitatively and quantitatively through strengthening institutions, bring in better market connectivity and inclusion of marginalized sections of the society. Sankalp was launched in 2018 and is valid till March 2023. Clear? Getting it? Yes. For courses, the WhatsApp link is there. You can join. You can ping us. Every candidate under Agri Clinics and Agri Business Centers scheme who establish his or her own venture and submit the proof of that effect is eligible to receive an incentive of rupees 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. Every candidate under Agri Clinic and Agri Business Center scheme who establish his or her own venture and submit proof of that effect is eligible to receive an incentive of how much amount? Yes, Ritesh Tekriwal is constantly watching and answering us from LinkedIn. Yes, it's 5,000. Answer is coming, but no, not to that magnitude. Neha, welcome back. It is only 1,000 rupees. Only 1,000 rupees. Clear? Yes. Loan up to rupees dash under Agri Clinics and Agri Business scheme. No margin money is required. 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 25 lakhs. Yes. That's great. Go ahead and answer this. Loans up to dash under agri clinic and agri business scheme, no margin money is required. San Aribu, welcome back and with your answer. It is, again, you are right, it's 2 lakhs. Will not waste your time, will go little faster. Yes, I will be updating regarding this, regarding the call letter of interview bomb. I'm trying to connect and I will update you. Don't panic. Okay. The transfer of interest in the immovable property by a person to the secure payment of loan obtained is called. क्वेश्चन को समझना पड़ेगा ये क्वेश्चन को, ठीक है. You need to understand this question. It's a very silly question, I must say, but you need to understand. It is from the topic of mortgage, hypothecation, assignment, all that called charge creation. So which kind of charge is this? The transfer of interest in the immovable property by a person to secure payment of loan obtained is called mortgage, assignment, pledge, or hypothecation. Jasmeet, the previous answer was only 2 lakhs. You are wrong again. Not again, you are wrong here. I got this was your first answer, but it was 2 lakhs. Yes, all of you are clear about it. It's only mortgage. Okay, and mortgage is defined under Transfer of Properties Act as per section 58 subsection A of Transfer Properties Act. The transfer of interest in the immovable property by a person to secure payment or loan obtained is called mortgage. Clear? The point which is to be remembered is it's under Transfer of Properties Act section 58 subsection A. Clear? Next question on your screens. What should be the risk weight if the LTV of a housing loan is 85%? What should be the risk weight for a housing loan where the LTV is 85%? Remember the term regarding risk weighted assets related to the housing loans and how it is connected to the LTV of that particular loan. So what should be the risk weight? Neha says 50%. I thought that I should not have, I would not give the options to you, but I have to. It is 35, 50, 25 or 20. Abhay Singh, 75 lakh, above 75 lakh, there is another update. I will be telling you in a minute. Yes, let me get some answers from my students. So it is, the risk weight will be 50% because up to 80% it is 35%. Okay, above 80 it is 50%. Okay, risk weight of 35% if the loan LTV ratio is at 80% or lower. In case of home loans where LTV is higher than 80%, the risk weight stands at 50%. Clear? 50%. Neha was right. Neha, feel good to travel was right. Geet was right. Praveen was right. Maximum loan tenure for EWS category under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana PMAY. Such scheme questions were appeared last time. Very important. 20 years, 30 years, 15 years, 12 years. Maximum loan tenure for EWS category under PMAY. Here comes the first answer from Rishikesh Kumar, 30 years. Again, Geet 12, 30. People are a bit confused. Many answers we are getting of 30, but you are wrong. It is 20 years. Clear? It is 20 years, not 15. It is 20 years. Clear? Yes, it is 20 years. In lieu of processing fee for housing loan for the borrowers under CLSS, Credit Linked Subsidy Scheme, for EWS and LIG, the bank would be given a lump sum amount of rupees dash per sanctioned applications and all of these applicable to loans sanctioned on or after 1st of January 2017. More people joining us in LinkedIn. Praveen Kumar saying answering 15, Mamta answering 30, but all my dear students at LinkedIn, it is 20 years. Clear? So welcome all the students watching us from LinkedIn. We are nowadays live in LinkedIn too from last 1 month, and we are getting a huge response from LinkedIn. We are almost crossed 18,000 mark of followers at LinkedIn too. Thanking you all. Please share this platform to your connections. Yes. Options now on your screens. I thought my students are capable enough to answer it without options, but here it is. So what should be the lump sum amount for per sanctioned application in lieu of the processing fee? 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and only in the case of EWS and LIG. You people are answering A, B, confusing, but the right answer is 3,000 rupees. It is CLSS. What is CLSS? Credit Linked Subsidy Scheme. It is only applicable to PMAY scheme where the subsidy is linked to the loan, credit, linked to the credit. Clear? Let's move to the question. Next question. As per the directions under the Secretary of DFS, MOF, all education loan proposals should compulsorily be routed through the Vidya Lakshmi portal. A point to be remembered, all education loans to be routed through Vidya Lakshmi portal, and no VLP application should be pending in the portal for more than how many days? 7 days, 14 days, 15 days, 21 days. One point to remember that all the loans, remember, whenever you are appearing for credit management exams, all the rules and regulations pertaining to education loan is important, because education loan comes under the priority sector and one of the important aspects of the socio-economic growth of the nation. Clear? So that's why this constitutes 3 or 4 questions in any exam of professional credit management. So yes, so all the education loans of public sector banks to be routed through Vidya Lakshmi portal, or commercial banks to be routed through Vidya Lakshmi portal. But in VLP, a application should be decisioned within how many days? Either you should reject or approve it. Under how many days? 7 days, 14 days, 15 days, 21 days. It should be 7 days. It's all about students' career, so you cannot play around it. Maximum TAT is 7 days. Okay? Yeah. All eligible education loans under the education loan scheme of the rupees dash sanctioned on or after 2015 shall be covered under CGFACEL, Credit Guarantee Fund Scheme for Education Loan. And CGFACEL comes under CGTMSE, or it comes under NCGTC. There are 2 credit guarantee corporations in India, NCGTC or CGTMSE. Either it will be under CGTMSE or National Credit Guarantee Trust Corporation. It comes under NCGTC. Clear? So what should be the maximum loan amount under which subsidy is allowed? 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15 lakh. Yes, Neha, good. It is an NCGTC. Ritesh saying B as an answer, but it's not. B was an answer, or 10 lakh was an answer prior to 2018. Before 2018, the limit of education loan which was covered under Credit Guarantee Fund Scheme for Education Loan was 10 lakhs. But after 2018, the same has changed to 7.5 lakhs. Neha, Praveen, San, Darshan, all of you are right. Kudos to you. Okay, let's move to the next screen. Why my screen stands freezed, I don't know. Okay, it's 7.5. The answer is 7.5. Clear? Let's move to the next question. As for section 4 of RERA, questions from RERA will definitely be appearing in your exam. Yes, percentage of, I will put it in big screens so that you don't miss the question. As per section 4 of RERA, dash percentage of the amount realized for the real estate project from the allottees shall be deposited in the separate account to be determined in a scheduled bank to cover the cost of construction and the cost of the land and shall be used for that purpose. The promoter's account shall be audited within dash years after the end of every financial year. Your options are 60 percentage 3 months, 60 percentage 6 months, 70 percentage 3 months, 70 percentage 6 months. I am looking forward for your answer. So as per RERA, what should be the percentage of amount realized for the real estate project from the allottees shall be deposited in a separate escrow type of account and to be maintained in a scheduled bank to cover the cost of construction and the cost of the land and shall be used for that purpose only. Okay, if a depositor or a builder, if a builder is RERA approved and wants to start a project, people who are financing the project or people who are looking forward to acquire that project, they are giving money to that customer. What should be the percentage of amount that builder should keep aside in a scheduled commercial bank for the building of that project? He cannot use it for any other purpose. And his accounts to be audited in how many months? This is a very silly and simple question. If you understand the question, you will answer it. Your answers, I'm waiting for it. Answer is 70 percentage 6 months. Getting it? It is 70 percentage and 6 months. Clear? 70 percentage and 6 months. 70% of amount accumulated from the from the customers, those who are looking towards owning a property from that builder. That 70% to be set aside in a bank account and should be only be used for the construction purpose, and his accounts or the accounts of the builder should be audited within 6 months. Clear? Yes. Next question on your screens. What is the land holding for farmers to be considered as marginal farmer? 1 hectare, less than 1 hectare, 1 to 2 hectares, more than 2 hectares. Your answers please. बहुत ही सिली क्वेश्चन है, बहुत बार एग्जाम में आ चुका है और रिपीट भी होने की चांसेस है. वेंकट राव, वेलकम इन लिंक्डइन. Our LinkedIn base is increasing day by day. We are looking forward to cross 20,000 follower base in LinkedIn by the end of May, month of May. So those who are watching us in any other platform can also follow us on LinkedIn. Yes. 1 hectare answers are coming. Answers are starting to flow. It's a great thing to note. Yes, yes. The right answer is up to 1 hectare. Up to 1 hectare. Clear. Up to 1 hectare. That's great. Up to 1 hectare. Next questions. What should be the land holding for the farmers to be considered as small farmer? Up to 1 hectare, less than 1 hectare, more than 1 hectare up to 2 hectares, more than 2 hectare up to 3 hectares. Kindly answer. It's a linked question. Yes, it is more than 1 hectare up to 2 hectares. Clear? Very good, very good. All of you have answered it correctly. I'm very happy about that. It's a nice to see all of you proceeding so fast. Last question on your screens. For the agriculture infrastructure loans, what is the ceiling of classifications of priority sector loans per borrower from banking system? 10 crore, 100 crore, 500 crore, 1000 crore. Agriculture infrastructure. Hence, the loan amount could be bigger, but it could not be that bigger that it will cross 500 crore. So you can use a little bit elimination process. You can eliminate one or two options through this. Sometimes use your common sense, sometimes use your allied banking knowledge if you don't have any exposure to certain subject. Yes, I am getting it. I am getting answer. Praveen T, I have just thrown a hint. मैंने अभी एक हिंट भेजा आपके लिए. इतना बड़ा भी नहीं हो सकता कि एग्रीकल्चर का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की 500 करोड़ का फंडिंग किया जाए, और उसको प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर में भी अगर 500 करोड़ का फंडिंग भी किया जाए और उसको प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर में भी लगाया जाएगा तो प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर तो कम होगा ना. 10 करोड़ नहीं है, इतना भी कम नहीं है. आंसर है 100 करोड़. सॉरी, आंसर इज 100 करोड़. ओके, डी ऑप्शन इज इनकरेक्ट. इट इज 100 करोड़. 100 crores. Sorry from my end too. Backend has messed it up. But the right answer is given by Darshan. It is 100 crores, not 1000. मैंने खुद हिंट दिया मगर थोड़ा सा हमारे एंड में गलती हो गया. But never mind. As long as we provide the best study material in the industry, little bit of mistake can be excused. But as a faculty, we all are aware of the concepts. So whenever we find anything through the classes, we are in a position to rectify all of this. So thanks for being with Knowledgeist, and your regular classes are starting right at 9 o'clock. For RRB, interviews will start after 5 minutes. For BOM, PNB, BOI live classes will start inside the application at 10 o'clock. So do join. Today I will be taking the first class of financial management. So waiting to see you there. That's why confused sir option. Okay. I plead excuse for that. So do join us, share it max wherever you are watching us, and I throw a simple challenge to any content creator or any platform claiming to be number one. I'm challenging them, produce 5% of the result, we will stop teaching. So anyway, thank you again. One stop link, knowledgeist.in/pnb. You can join the courses there. If you are preparing for any other exam, in website all the course links are there. Do explore, do visit, and thank you for your love, support and time. Together we are going to create history yet again in PNB. Last year 115 selections, this year 115 posts. So I want 80 plus selections at least this year from PNB batch. So let's start. All our existing students, newly enrolled students, start preparing in right direction. I will provide all kind of support this time. And this time, what is additional we are going to do? We are going to enrich our classes on financial management. As we have sufficiently provided credit management class, we will go through bit financial management and more to the point MCQs on credit, risk and financial management to come up this time. Okay, and as we provided you the schedule, the class will try our best to stick to the class. Sometimes we will reverse the sometimes some of the faculties might be traveling because most of them are very senior bankers. So if they will be traveling, someone else will be supplementing that class, but will not miss any single class at 10 p.m. slot for PNB and BOI. See you at the other side of Knowledgeist. Thank you.